Hello friends, my name is Vijay and you are watching Go to Genius channel. In the previous video, we have learned about the actual concept of the box model is to calculate the width and height of an element that it takes on the web page. In this video, we will talk about the box sizing property. But before that, we must know some necessary things about an element. When we use padding and border for any element, then the width and height of the content area get increased by default for that element. So let's try to understand by an example. So here we have a div. This div has width and height, 300 pixel width and 100 pixel height. So when we add some padding and some border on this element, then the content area width get increased of this element. So let's see how. Here we have just given the padding 20 pixel from each side on this element and the border 10 pixel for this element. So now we will calculate the width and height for this element. So first we will calculate the width and height before apply the padding and border. So here the width will be calculated like 300 pixel, it's a default width, and 1 pixel added border left and 1 pixel for border right. So now the actual content area width is 302 pixel for this element when we have not applied any padding on this element. Now we have increased the border width for this element 10 pixel and we have given the 20 pixel padding. Now again we will calculate the width after apply the padding and increase the border width. Here we can see width is 300 pixel, it's the default value, 20 pixel padding, 20 pixel right padding plus 10 pixel left border and 10 pixel right border. Then the total width comes 360 pixel. Now here you can see the difference after apply the padding and increase the border width. The actual width of the content area has been increased. Same as we can calculate the height for this element. So to increase this width and height of the element, we use box sizing property. This property has some different values. So let's see what these values are. What is box sizing? So box sizing property defines how the width and height of an element are calculated. Should they include padding and borders or not? So means we can decide the padding and border should be included in the width and height or should not. So here we have 4 values for the box sizing property. It's a content box, border box, initial and inherit. So for the content box, it takes default width and height properties, include only the content. Borders and padding are not included in the width and height. And the border box, it includes the content, border and padding into the default width and height of an element. So friends, in the case of border box, it includes the content width and the border and padding into the default width and height of the element. And the next is initial. Initial sets this property to its default value. So initial value behaves like a content box value. And the next is inherit. So inherit means the inherits this property from its parent element. So friends, let's try to understand all these properties by the code example. We have an example Here we have a one parent element with yellow border and the child element is here. So for the child element we have given is a box sizing. So first we will see about the content box property, how it works. So box sizing, content box we have given for the child element and the default bid we have given 100% for this element. So this child element taking 100% bid when we have not given any border or any padding. Now we give the padding and border for this child element, then let's see what happens. Due to border bid and due to padding, the bid of the content area of this element has been increased. Here you can see. So the default bid and height has been increased of this element when we use the content box property for the box sizing. Now let's see border box property, what it does. Here we have given the same rest of properties like bid, border and padding. Now just we have given the box sizing border box property here. Now here you can see the width and height of this element has not increased outside of this border. This border box property decrease the width and height of the content area of this element. So friends, border box property prevent to increase the width and height of an element when you give the border width and padding for this element. So I hope you have understood the difference between the content box and the border box. So mostly we use the border box property when we want to prevent to increase the width and height of the element. If we want to go with the flow of the element, then we don't give any property of box sizing. So our next property is initial. So friends, initial is also behave like a content box property. Now here we can see. Now just change the initial. Here you can see again the width and height has been increased for the element when we have used initial value for the box sizing. So initial value works same as content box value of the box sizing. And friend, last value we have, it's inherit. So inherit means, as we know, it will take the same behavior of its parent element. So its parent element taking the default width and height, it's a parent container. So when we will give the inherit property, then let's see. So in the case of inherit, it takes the width and height same as its parent element. So friends, I hope you have understood the concept of box sizing property, how we can use this property when we want to prevent to increase the width and height of an element, then we can use. Otherwise our element will take the default width and height. Friends, now you have learned the box sizing property, so you can do the practice by using all these properties in your CSS. So see you in next video.